Fat.
Overeating.
Chubby.
Excessive.
Massive.
Careless.
Heavy.
Lazy.
Diabetes.
Death. 1962, U.S. has 13% obesity rate. 1997, U.S. obesity rate has climbed to 19.4%. 2004, U.S. obesity rate reaching critical levels at 24.5%. 2008, U.S. obesity looks unstoppable, ascending to 33.8%. 2010, U.S. obesity rates reaching catastrophic levels at 35.7%. 2012, of all countries, the United States has the highest rate of obesity. In children and adolescents, obesity is associated with increased risk for cardiovascular disease, whose indicators include high total cholesterol, high blood pressure, and high fasting insulin, also an early indicator for diabetes. Children who suffer from obesity are much more likely to be overweight and obese as adults. Would you consider obesity to be a problem in our community?
I think it's a problem in general, so yes, in our community too.
And would you personally consider our school lunch options healthy and desirable?
I think we have some options that are healthy. I don't know how desirable they are, because you see some salads and it looks good, and then all of a sudden there's other stuff in it that you might think, well, this crunchy outside of this thing that's in here that looks like meat is probably not healthy. So we have some, but I think we have a long way to go before it's considered really healthy.
Okay. And do you know how lunch options are decided, or the process they go through?
Well, our home office, the district office, they have a whole management that is handled with them. They are a separate entity than us, and that's why we don't compete. We sell pizza, but we can't sell another thing at lunch because it competes with that business. So it is a separate business, and that's done at the district.
Okay. And since we have an open campus for lunch, do you think that affects our students' health?
Not necessarily, because if it's open campus, if you don't have a car, you have to walk down to get something good, and you can go to Lulu's or something and get a nice salad that's pretty healthy. But if you're in the car to go to McDonald's, well, then that's not good. So it really depends where you're going.
Sure. And what else do you think is a cause of this problem?
That we don't learn to eat well enough, and sometimes fast food is just chock full of calories or full of things. We need to learn to read our labels really well and stay active. And even if you're an active person, if you eat really junk food or high sugar or high fat, it's still going to affect your arteries. Even though you look kind of thin, the inside of you can be unhealthy too.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
That's it. Overweight and obesity are the result of caloric imbalance, too few calories expended for the amount of calories consumed, and are affected by various genetic, behavioral, and environmental factors. Would you consider obesity to be a problem in our community?
I don't know if it's an overall problem, but I do think that if kids aren't educated, that as I watch them progress through high school, it does become a problem. So I think what we want to do in our department, at least, is to make kids aware of making healthy choices, what those healthy choices are, instead of like going and getting hot Cheetos for lunch or hitting up the taco truck. Maybe making a more healthy choice, getting a salad, something like that, or at least being active.
What changes would you make in order to address this problem?
I just think that as a department, we make it our job to make kids aware and educate them, like I said before, with good choices, and to make them active as active as we can while they're in our classes and while we actually have them, because once they leave our class, we can't, we're not there to discipline them or to guide them or to help them make the right choices. So we can educate them as much as we can and hope that they listen and learn, and also learn from our examples. I think it's important that as PE teachers that we're active and that we're visibly active on the, around campus, and the kids see that.